Yo, hi everyone, twitch.tv/GameStager here. In this build, I'm going to show you my One Punch Man build. So basically, this build lets me use Golem, and I could two-hit almost every single boss in the entire game. The Trader, I could skip the phases entirely, and I only have to do one single phase, so I just do one single pillar. I would like to be able to do it in literally one hit, but I still am missing some guns and some armor pieces that would make the build perfect. If I ever get those, then maybe I think I'll probably be able to one hit them. Currently, I get them down to like maybe 10% health in one hit. But yeah, this is my One Punch Man build. It is ridiculously strong. I have 0.4 second cooldowns on Endless Mass, Gravity Leap, and Boulder Dash, but I'm mostly just using Gravity Leap. I put Endless Mass on sometimes for ad clear rooms. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the build. So here's the guns that I'm using. Basically, you really want armor pierce on your gun, and then first things first. Those two things are very important. You cannot do without them for this build. Bonus is Deathronome. That makes it really nice. Having another gun with Mage's Rage is really, really good. If you could get it with Mage's Rage and Deathronome, that will be even more solid. I'll talk more about the guns later, but this is what I've got for now. And then I have another hand cannon with basically the exact same stuff on it. But yeah, this build makes it to where the entire game becomes ridiculously easy. It's actually one of the first builds in the entire game that's going to be nerfed, even though there's a million other builds that are really overpowered, and 99% of the community is using builds that are pretty strong and completely different than this one, and this one's not very well known. Somehow this one ended up on the radar, and they're nerfing this first. So the armor, obviously Seismic Commander, just the increased damage to things with bleed is just way too strong. And then you want to basically be stacking the hell out of all of the melee buffs. So melee skill deals 25% more damage and 50% bigger range. Concussive Force is like a top 3 damage on my tree every single time. So it says 25%, but it's actually doing a lot more. I don't know why. Untamed Power also usually does around similar damage to all of my other top things. So I would definitely try to get Untamed Power. And Anomaly Echo is probably the best anomaly perk you could get for this build. I got really lucky with my Seismic set, and I have the Captain Hunter on it, but if you don't, it's not the most important thing in the world, but it definitely does help. You need to have no resistance against the Fortified. This is one of the things that really brings this build together. And then for Power Simulation there, I honestly have been trying a bunch of different things. Power Simulation seems to be the one that works the most often and the best. But honestly, I could interchange that for maybe like 5 or 6 different mods. It's not super important. You definitely want Tainted Blood, though. I still don't have God Roll Seismic Legs. That's why I have Reflect Bullets down there. Hopefully, I get to replace that soon. You absolutely need to have Despair, and you need to have Claws. Inflict vulnerable on enemies hit with your melee skill. Those two things are a must in the build. And then you also need to have Unstoppable Force, that is giving you around 200,000 anomaly power at my specific point in the game. And then you want to have Brawl, boost your melee damage 100%, and then you want Chip Off the Old Block. So these are, even though they're not anomaly based, these are still a God roll mod wise. This is, every single one of these mods is absolutely necessary for the build. And yeah, that's what I have on it. So the ones that are the most necessary, all of the melee ones, so increase your melee by 100%, chip off the old block, and then melee causes vulnerable, those, and then concussive force are your top 4 most important mods in here, basically. And then unstoppable force, despair, and no resistance against the fortified. Those 3 are also extremely important. The rest you could like are work around. Those are just mostly damage perks. And yeah, this is my skill tree. This skill tree will give you 0.4 second cooldowns. If you are willing to lose about like 10% damage, maybe a little bit more than that, you could get to this one as well. This will give you 0.2 second cooldowns, but honestly, it's not that big of a difference. It's like you won't even notice it. Just make sure that you grab Paladin, Strong Armor the Anomaly, and double the class of melee skill. Absolutely need these things for the melees to work the way they do. In your packs tree, you're going to want to just copy this identically. This one right here, increase your armor piercing by 20%, is also going to give you another 10% anomaly power. And then also the cooldowns of 50% is what gives you your 0.4 second cooldowns, which are very important. For your Ascension tree, I would start with Armor Pierce. This is going to give you cooldown, and it's going to give you 10% Resistant Pierce and another 5% Anomaly Power because of all the mods we have on. And then after that, I would go for Anomaly Damage. After that, Anomaly Power, and then go for Resistance Pierce as well. The reason I'm not going for Resistance Pierce right away is because even though this is giving you 10% Resistance Pierce, it's only another 5% Anomaly Power, whereas these are 10%. And then I put prowess, elite bonus damage, and then status power. I pretty much have nowhere to put my points at this point. So yeah, for this one, for when you're fighting mobs, you're mostly just going to pull out your main gun, shoot once, reload, the one with Death and Roam, First Things First, and Armor Pierce, and then you just don't shoot anymore. Just go ahead and gravity leap everything. The whole room's gonna die. It's ridiculously easy. You'll be healing on every gravity leap, and yeah, just ridiculously easy. But for the boss rooms, what you want to do is you want to pull out your gun that has both Mage's Rage and Death and Roam on it. If you're ridiculously lucky and have the Armor Pierce one, that's great for you. I don't. So if you get a Final Penance to drop, it's really easy to just put it on Final Penance. And yeah, you want to shoot your 4 shots with Final Penance. This will give you the Mage's Rage. The reason you want Death and Roam on it as well is because it's 10% anomaly power, and then it's because Death and Roam is on, it's another, it's stacking off of Death and Roam when it gives you the 10%. Once you hit your 4 shots, you go ahead and you just switch to your other gun. You shoot once, so hopefully you have a fast reload time. Shoot once, reload, and then you do your chain. So for me, it is start off with Final Penance, shoot 4 shots to get 4 crits, switch over to my SMG, shoot once, reload, and then I gravity leap, melee, so that I proc bleed, then pop golem, and then do my melee again, like my sprint melee. Then I just do another gravity leap for the cooldown, and then do another golem. So I usually get 2 hits of the golem melee every single time. I've tried this build with the 50% increased golem time to try and get 3, but the timing is so hard for me to do that it just seemed like it's not worth it. Sometimes it happened, but just the timing is ridiculously hard anyway, so I just went for damage perks. And yeah, that's it. That's the One Punch Man build. If you can't tell, I try to make my guy look like One Punch Man as best I could. But yeah, if you want to come see me build craft and do all this theory crafting stuff, I just switch builds around all day on stream. Twitch.tv/GameSager. I still really do not have like the god roll stuff that I need to actually make this insane. I've been like trying to collect stuff for it, but what I want is extremely rare. So I want a gun that spawns with Armor Pierce, First Things First, and then in the 3rd slot, Mage's Rage, Fortress, or Death or Gnome. But haven't gotten it yet. It just seems like it's extremely, extremely rare. But if I do get it someday, I will be sure to show you guys. I think I'll probably be able to one-hit the trader once I get that. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.